Welcome back. What's up, everybody? This is this week's episode Outside Cinema. So
It is. It is.
You know,
Here we are.
Nothing special. Just another episode, guys. Just another episode. This week on the show, we're doing a found footage flick from 2015 called Classroom 6. I'd never heard of it. You seem to be watching a lot of these. Had you seen it before?
I think I had. I know it was on a list of stuff that was coming out at the time. And I'm like, okay, that's one I got to see because it's whatever. I think it was, yeah.
I like that you think that you might have seen it because that just shows how memorable it is. Not to spoiler alert you right off the bat, but
it does feel like it shares a lot of character with the kids in the gallows, which wasn't good, but also took place in a school. So, yeah. I get those two confused, so, but whatever.
All right, and the other flick we were doing, I decided that we should just do like a slop potential throwaway film, and we went with Strippers versus Werewolves.
Yep.
Strippers versus Werewolves.
Yeah.
And for a film that's got such little going on, I feel like we probably have a lot to say about it. This is one of those flicks. Not saying good or bad at this point, because honestly, going into it, it could have gone either way, and it did go either way. So, I'll get my stuff out of the way first, and then I'll let you see yours. Don't Forget to Leave is available as of October 21st on Hoopla. What is Hoopla, you ask? Hoopla is a free streaming app linked to your local library card. So if you have a local public library, you should hopefully have access to Hoopla. And it's free.
You should hopefully have a library.
Hopefully still have a library as the time of listening to this. Yeah. If you catch up with this episode like way in the future, libraries are probably a thing of the past.
Or everywhere.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Everywhere. But yeah, you can get you can actually sign up online too if you have one in your town. You can go on to I don't have the site in front of me, but there's a site. If you just search like local library card or whatever, you know the name of your local library, you should be able to get there that way. Or you can just go down and you can sign up in person. But it is a free service and your library card is free, so no excuse not to support the independent arts. And Hoopla has a lot of really good independent art on it. And also it's not just films, it's also there's books, ebooks, all kinds of great stuff. So yeah, proud to have it there. And I'll say more when I have like an actual link, and because at the time of recording this, it's not the 21st yet. So, but
that's true.
SpectopiaArts.com though. What's going on over there, Chris?
Yeah, we're just getting through the week.
Cool.
Behind the scenes, I had my wife go through all the stuff I have in the iPad and make a folder of finish this stuff. So that's what I've been working on. And I don't really know what else has been happening. We've just been kind of, putting out posts that are, you can do it, stay around. And we got not much. I'm wearing my swamp or skunk ape shirt today.
Nice.
Had this one made up just to see how it looks. I order a lot of the designs to test them and then make changes. Like one of the phone cases I did up, and I have this one that I like. I don't know if am I holding that up right?
Yep, I can see it.
Okay. But then I did one with these bats on it, and I didn't make the background large enough to fit the template. I thought I did. It looked like it covered all the edges, but that's why I test it before we actually put it up for sale.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, so there's actually some product testing in here. Not only that, but I have like 15 or 20 shirts now with all my stuff on it, and that's all I wear at work now.
That's pretty dope.
No,
I wore my shirt yesterday.
Huh?
I wore my shirt yesterday.
Very nice.
Yep, it was enjoy because it's printed on comfort colors, and that's my favorite type of t-shirt.
Yeah, and we've washed the ones I have a bunch, and it's gonna sound like an ad, but it's not because like the colors they fade a tiny bit,
Purposely so,
but
though.
but it looks really good.
Yeah.
When it fades out, it looks, I don't know, like cozy in a way. Like I look
Yeah,
at the
no,
one with Ix on
the
it and
comfort
I'm like,
color tees
oh,
are
that
known
looks
for
nice.
that. They're known for that. Like a lot of the shirts I buy are printed on those now, and then like specifically we'll get the gray one that's like the smoke gray or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's made to purposely age. It looks like it ages. The fading is not just like, oh, it's fading because it's cheap. It's fading because like it was meant to fade, and it looks good.
I don't keep up with that. I don't know that stuff.
Yeah, I know too much about things that people don't care about. So why not blank tees too? Like,
Well,
exactly
hey, you know what?
on.
If you're making stuff, you got to know that stuff.
You do. You
So,
do.
Yeah.
I wish I like the OTC stuff from T Public. Not a huge fan of the stuff they print on. Not because it's bad, but because it's smaller and it tends to shrink.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So if you're like a normal sized person, they're great because they're soft tees. But if you're a little bit taller, like I'm not super tall, but like I'm 6 feet and Chris is 6'9". So now, what are you, 6'6" now? Have you shrunk at all?
I stopped growing. I'm still like 6'4.5" or
6'4.5", but that's tall.
But I did lose a lot of size around the midsection, so I am wearing smaller shirts and they're longer because I don't have as much body.
I have actually run into that too. I've lost about 30 pounds since like last January. So, but I still wear extra large t-shirts, like because I have fairly broad shoulders, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not super tall, but I'm not a short guy by any stretch of the imagination. So like a large t-shirt always ends up being too tight on the shoulders and too short.
Oh yeah.
So, but that's, garment talk. That's the other podcast you gotta sign up for. So
outside the factory,
outside the sweatshop. All right, Chris.
Oh, man.
Let's get into some film reviews this week. Hope everyone's October is going well in terms of holidays season, and you're getting ready for Halloween and all that fun stuff.
Yep.
So, I think we should probably start with Werewolves versus Zombies. You think?
I'm sorry.
Are you sorry though?
Yeah. No, I'm sorry because I yawned at an inappropriate time, or a very appropriate time. We'll see.
Oh, we'll see. What is going on here? There we go. Strippers versus Zombies, UK production, which I was surprised by.
That actually helped me get into it a little more.
Is IMDb down? What's going on here?
I don't know. I was just poking at Amazon's front page, and it was
being weird
too. Yeah.
Okay. I'm logged in. Yeah, it looks like IMDb is being weird. Uh-oh is right. For once, it's not my fault.
No, I mean, there it is.
Everything's going.
The downfall of the internet.
Down. Yeah, IMDb's messed up because I'm checking it on my phone too, and it's not coming through on my phone either.
Huh.
Interesting. 404 error.
Okay.
Well, Amazon owns IMDb, right?
I have no idea.
Error, the wrong guy on the wrong page at the wrong time.
3 people that own everything.
Yeah. Oh, weird. So I mean, can I get Wikipedia going? Let's just try doing a search. Let's Google it and see what happens.
YouTube's coming up fine.
What's coming up fine?
YouTube.
Oh, well, that doesn't really help me.
No, I'm just looking at things.
Stripers. That's not how you spell strippers.
No, Stripers. That's fans of the band.
I know, right? Yeah, they're definitely MAGA. Definitely. No question. Strippers versus Werewolves, 2012. All right. I'm not even going to attempt to bring in a trailer here with everything the way it's going on. Strippers versus Werewolves, 2012 British comedy horror film directed by Jonathan Glending from a screenplay by Philip Barron and Pat Higgins. The plot is really exactly what you would think it is for a movie called Strippers versus Werewolves.
Yeah.
Is this a film you had ever heard of? I mean, there was this. Okay, so going back to 2012, there was like a glut of like cheaply made versus movies. Like Zombie Strippers was one of the ones that we saw, which I rewatched recently and actually still holds up pretty good. There was all these like different verses of like that's when they were doing like Mega Shark versus like Mega Croc and like just combining all these different properties. And then there was this
Jason versus Freddy gave everybody the green light to go ahead and be crazy.
Right. So this film is very simple. You have your strip club, which you have dancers. Your main character in this is a stripper named Justice. She is hiding the fact that she's a stripper from her fiance, but her fiance is hiding the fact that he's a werewolf from his stripper fiance.
Yeah.
Now this film drops us right into the middle of this world where like werewolves and vampires and all this stuff is like real.
Yeah.
And like taken as real, right? That's kind of the feeling I got.
Except for the vampires, because she didn't seem to believe that he was out actually hunting vampires. She thought he was fucking around. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah, it's so... The film opens with this club in London blowing up. We go through our opening credit sequence, and then we move to present time. Justice is doing a private lap dance for somebody, and he's getting all hot and bothered.
Yeah.
Because the way she's swaying her hips and moving her breastises are getting him hairy under the collar. Yeah. Because he's a werewolf, Travis. Yeah. Chris, he's a werewolf, right?
Yeah.
I knew you were going to go there. Go for it.
He's a goat man. He's a goat man, and the other half are the fucking rippers from Tank Girl. They don't look like wolves. They look like Amish goat men. But yeah, sure, we'll go with werewolf. Why not? That's my only complaint. They have Martin Van Buren level mutton chops going on.
Yeah, and the other
really smooth tan faces.
Yeah, and the other issue I have with this, I mean, among the many, is they only change their face and their hands are the only things that change. Like, there's like, their clothes, like, they're, like, in their clothes.
Yeah.
Guy's in a suit and tie, other guy's in a leather jacket.
Yep.
They show their feet. They're wearing their regular shoes. They're wearing their Nikes and their Bruno Malis.
Yep.
And it's, And they also, there's no real rhyme or reason for the transformation, so we're led to believe that they can change into werewolves.
Transform.
Thank you very much. Anytime they want to. They do show the moon a few times, so we're led to believe that the moon has something to do with it.
Well, it's always a full moon in this place.
Apparently so. But anyway, so this guy starts to turn into a werewolf. Justice is giving him the lap dance to end all lap dances. She just happens to have a silver pen with her. Because, strippers carry a lot of pocket protectors to keep their pens on them.
Well, they need to write out receipts.
They do. And she stabs him in the eye with the silver pen and kills him.
Yeah.
So then we meet the old lady, she's not an old lady, but the older lady older woman who runs the strip club, and she brings in the bouncer, and they're like, well, we got to get rid of this guy. Because now they got a dead body there.
Yep.
And so they attempt to move the dead body out. But now we know that there's a werewolf pack of like most unscary werewolves I've ever seen.
It's the extras that didn't get cast in Snatch. I mean, that's it, really. Also, I don't know why the woman that runs the strip club would have such a problem with werewolves. She's from fucking Krypton, so she shouldn't have anything to worry about.
Oh, that was her, wasn't it?
It was.
Oh, yep. I didn't even realize that.
Yep.
Good for her.
Yeah, I like her. Any role she shows up in, she brings an appropriate amount of, like, classy evil to it. But not here, because she actually, and to the movie's benefit, she actually played someone that cared about the people and her business.
Yeah. Yep.
So, good good.
We learned,
I like it.
we
one way or
learned
the
that
other.
she has a history with the werewolves.
Yeah.
And the club that we saw blowing up at the beginning of the film was her old club, but they blew it up to try to get rid of the werewolves or something. Who knows? We're jumping some hoops to get to where we need to get to in the finish line of this one. So, but you got Jack, who is the guy who runs this group of werewolves, and they're a pack, and they're like, who wants to mess with a pack of Lycans like us? Like,
Yeah.
Sorry, they're British. Oi, who wants to with a pack of Who wants to mess with a whatever? You know what I mean.
They got this guy that looks like the Abercrombie and Fitch version of Prodigy. What was his name? Keith. I forget his last name.
Oh, the guy that passed away, the fire starter guy.
Yeah. That was our second in command. You know, the wild card dude who was trying too hard. I think
it's a way to put
it. I give the actor credit. He fully committed to his role, and I really appreciate that because there was no pulling back and like winking at the camera, like, yeah, I know this is all fake. I know what's going. No, he's like, they're like, you're a fucking punk hooligan werewolf, and he's like, say no more.
Yeah,
and then that's it. Then he had it. He has varying amounts of eyeliner on throughout the movie, though.
That is true.
Which is fascinating to me. He was, as a character, really annoying, though.
Well, I feel like almost every movie that brings in the punk rock character has never actually seen, like, what the punk rock scene is. They just assume you have a mohawk and act like an asshole.
Yeah. Instead, Gleaming the Cube showed punks better than most movies that feature actual punks.
You're over the top in every single possible way you can be.
Yeah. It's not just about fuck authority, fuck you. It's about the look, I guess. It's about conformity. Oh, it's about rubbing up against the machine.
It's like jerking the machine off, I see.
Yep, sucking the boot. Oh, wait, we went in the opposite direction.
Oops.
Damn it.
Oops. So,
but yeah, older people that write scripts, like even like text messages from supposed shooters, they have no idea how kids talk. I have no idea what my kids say half the time, but I stop them and I'm like, all right, what's that word mean?
Do they do this? Do they go, 6, 7? No, your girls aren't doing that.
I've heard it, but they don't.
It's a
do
big
it
thing
regularly.
Apparently. When I asked Travis what it means, what it means. He says it means nothing. Then I go, why do you do it? He goes, but it means everything.
Okay.
And he's like, 6, 7.
You know what?
Okay, all right.
You know, he has 6, 7. We had station and Smurf. Okay.
Station and Smurf.
It means nothing.
And
but
everything.
I am Groot. So
I am Groot.
It means everything. I get it. This generation's comedy seems to be a lot more surreal, and subversive than I thought it would be. So that's what I'm trying to figure out.
That's fair.
I like it. I like it because it's leading me to new funny stuff that I hadn't
That's
seen.
That's fair, yeah, man. I got no problems there. Anyway, getting back to strippers versus werewolves. So, so Justice kills this werewolf. They now need to they want to find out who killed the werewolf, and they want to get their revenge because no one, messes with their pack of Lycans.
Right.
So,
as they showed by beating up some guy in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Which had nothing to do with anything else.
And then they have their gang hangout, which is on the other side of the Gap. I'm assuming.
Sure.
Because they have a two-way mirror in one of the women's dressing rooms, and they just sit down like they're watching a movie.
Yeah,
like sit there and watch the women change in the dressing room. And
I had one of my kids and my wife we were watching this, because once I realized it was British, I'm like, oh, it's not going to be the kind of movie I thought it was.
No, it is, but it isn't.
Yeah. So they do that. They go into the place and they start changing in front of the mirror. And I said to them, don't you guys ever cup your hands around your eyes and try to look through the mirror just to be sure? And they didn't. And that surprised me. I must be paranoid.
Most likely. Most likely.
But I don't know. That was surprising to me. Because once I learned something, like how to tell the difference between a regular and two-way mirror just by putting your fingertip on it and all that, I'm going to do that all over the place.
I've never done it.
Time.
I want to show my shit off to everybody.
Oh, I don't. I don't. I don't like making people sad. No,
Come on.
I don't know. No, I just thought that was interesting. But yeah, that is. And then the big dumb one was just fapping the whole time.
Yeah. So they watching these girls change in this changing room, and then they kidnap the girls and eat them, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, sure.
Because for a movie called Strippers versus Werewolves, there's not a lot of naked strippers in this movie.
There was some naked animation when she opened her top.
Yeah. That's true.
Interesting choice to go animated.
Yeah, it's bizarre. But so the whole film is these werewolves trying to track down who killed the guy. They find out soon. Meanwhile, Justice is, engaged to one of the guys that's the other werewolf, and there's a part where they have some sensual intercourse.
Yeah.
And she bites him on the shoulder, which now they're not sure if this is going to turn her into a werewolf or what's going on. So the werewolves are like, no girls allowed. And I'm not making that up. That's what they say.
I don't understand that.
I don't know.
Why?
No girls allowed, dude. No girls allowed.
Okay. But why?
Because there's no girls allowed.
So stupid. I don't understand it.
It's like release the Epstein files.
I know.
But why? Because you should. But why?
Yeah.
Why do you want to see them? Because you won't show them to us.
There's nothing in there. Don't worry about it.
Oh, it's fine. Don't even worry about it. Did you see what Chuck Schumer did? What, asked you to release the Epstein files?
He wrote a strongly worded letter.
He wrote an op-ed.
Swear to fucking God, if he does that again, I'm going to go down there and talk to him myself.
Oh,
strongly worded letter. Did that
so
work?
we learn a little more about we learn a little more about the wolf pack, and that this woman that runs the aptly titled strip club Vixens blew up her old strip club to try to kill all the werewolves. We learn this because we have a cameo from Robert Englund, who is spending his time in jail for reasons that are not really given to us. And we get some background on the characters there, and it's a waste of time and just a way for Robert Englund to cash a quick check.
Yeah.
Good for him. Not judging him. Good for him.
No. Yeah, he showed up and did his thing. Which really, before I could stop myself, the word stunt casting came out of my mouth. And I'm like, oh. But you know what? He brought a level of I don't know, he brings a certain level with him, and it almost elevated this a little bit.
No doubt.
Almost.
He just, he had one scene.
Yeah, it was pretty long. I'll give him that.
He did it, and he did a good job. I mean, like, you could see him, like, how good he was.
Yeah.
So, then you have then it's like, then the fiance finds out that he's a werewolf, and then they get, aren't together anymore, and then they need to save the strippers.
Why? Yeah.
Like,
I mean, she's new. I'm not saying don't help people, but leave.
Yeah. And so so the toughest thing with this movie I found, other than the lack of any type of real special effects for the most part, was the way they presented it. They presented it in this really bad hack job pseudo comic book grid system on the screen most of the time.
Yeah.
Where they're showing you different angles from the same scene going on, and then you're also seeing what's going on in one scene and then what's going on in a different scene in a different location, but they're both being played simultaneously to show you that they're happening simultaneously.
Yeah.
Which in theory is like, okay, cool, we know what time's going on, but they use it so much. It comes across like something a kid in high school who just discovered that Final Cut Pro has free templates in it.
Yeah.
and I'm going to use them and make it seem more arty.
Yeah.
And it really takes away from the film because it comes across so cheap because they're just literally like these basic grids that are available in not even Final Cut Pro, an iMovie.
That's true. Yeah.
Like they're so cheap and it's so distracting.
Yeah.
I had checked out at that point, even though there was a couple points in this where, there was a couple good jokes that were actually kind of funny. And like, as bad as the makeup effects are, like, I mean, you should be able to get down with a movie called Strippers versus Werewolves, but I didn't get real werewolves and I barely got strippers.
Yeah. Yeah. And here I was worried that we were going to get a bunch of American porn stars who will never be actresses trying to be actresses. Because let's be fair, some people can act and some can't.
As we will talk about in the other film.
That's all I'm saying. And I thought it would just be a bunch of dick and fart jokes the whole time.
Yeah, and it really wasn't.
No, so that was nice. There was one thing that made me almost forgive the whole kangaroo werewolf looking thing.
Okay.
And the strippers in the club run out of silver. And one of them
made
asks,
2 bullets.
Yeah. How else do you kill a werewolf? And one of them said, accident with power tools. And the other one said, blow them up. And that's the 2 answers from Monster Squad. And I really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
Accident with power tools is probably my favorite answer to how do you kill a monster. It's just hilarious. And there's a lot of nods to other stuff, but it's done with the heavy-handedness of a 13-year-old whose older sister's friends are going to get in bikinis this weekend.
Yeah, I don't know much about Jonathan Glenning, the director. What I gathered, he hasn't done a ton of stuff. He's worked as like an extra hand on a lot of things, it looks like, but this is one of his few directorial things. But I mean, I don't know, I guess we can probably grade it. All right, Chris, Strippers versus Werewolves.
Yeah. This is like schlock. Just put it on. It doesn't matter what's going on because the main complaint I saw after I watched it was that the story is nonsense. And it really kind of is, because it should just be strippers are fortifying their strip club because the werewolves are coming, and then surprise last minute strippers are really witches or banshees or something, and then they're but that didn't happen because this was not very well written. The plot was okay. So you had brought up, and I almost forgot about this. You had brought up the multiple shots in a shot.
Yep.
And that's why we get a 10-minute scene with Robert Englund repeating the same 3 things over and over again, because they had to fill time, because they had enough time, but then decided to mash a bunch of those scenes together into a single shot. And then you lose, every time you do that, you lose triple the amount of time of that little clip, because you're sticking 3 30-minute clips in 30-second clips in there. So you just lost a minute out of the rest of the movie. That's what I was thinking. All of the extra stuff was filler because they didn't write enough. I don't know.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you, man. I think you're right.
I don't know if I can I think if you're not turned off by the title, yeah, it's go ahead. All for you. If you hear the title like me and you're like, I'll tell you, it's made in the UK. And honestly, the accent's kind of elevated a little bit for me.
Oh, it definitely brings a British sensibility that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is a D plus.
Okay.
But if I was going with being a better movie than I expected. I would give it probably a B because but still, this movie though feels like overall, and I don't want to forget this because I am kind of shitting on it, but this feels like the director, all the crew, they technically know how to make a film, right? It was framed well. It had multiple angles. There were real places they were shooting. Sound was good. The lighting, the lighting and the color grading in this, I think, killed the whole movie. It felt cold and flat.
Yeah.
And kind of grayish. So there was no life to give any kind of visual cue to any of the characters.
Which didn't make any sense because the strippers are supposed to be like larger than life and like flamboyant and like bright.
It should
and, like
look like Beyond the Black Rainbow or Neon Demon in there. And that's exactly what it is. It's gloomy. And I think that kills it. I think if you gave this guy $10 million more and a couple of people with experience, like a decade of experience, they could make something really good. And this is like, that's a really good rough draft. Now go sand it and then prime it and sand it and prime it and sand it and prime it. And then we'll talk.
Right. We'll talk, buddy.
So, but it is way more well made than I expected. That's not a good sentence, but I expected straight to video garbage from the title, and that's not what it was. So,
all right. Yeah. I'm not far off with you on this one. I'm hard pressed to give it much more than a tepid recommend. It's called Strippers versus Werewolves.
Yeah. You
don't get great werewolves. You don't get great strippers. It's funny because you said something earlier when you were grading it, when you talked about like, you thought we were going to get a bunch of porn stars trying to act their way through it. Instead, we get a bunch of actors trying to be porn stars.
Yeah. But they're probably porn stars, aren't they?
Most likely. I don't know. I didn't recognize any of the ladies in it, but they don't, when they're like supposed to be stripping, like it's not natural. Everything feels very forced in it.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Whatever. Yeah. But it's not bad, but it's not good. And I hate when I get a review where I'm just like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, this movie is fine. It's not something I would say you need to search out to check out. But if you're doing like a 30-day Halloween movie watch and you need another random thing to throw in there because you want to watch 30 horror films you haven't seen for Halloween.
Right.
Yeah.
But you got 6 emails you got to type out.
Right. Yeah. It's whatever. Like the effects are bad. It's, but
the makeup is good. It's just designed poorly.
Well, and it's cheap because they only did makeup on the face. And then I think the couple times you get hand shots of werewolf hands, they're just like those cheap ass, like fucking latex molded, like with some like hair taped on top of them. Which is fine. Again, it's not going to kill you. It's not going to you're not going to be pissed after you watch it, but you're also not going to be like, oh, damn. Yeah, that was fun. Not only did I get to see titties, but I get to see a lot of violence. You don't really get either. I mean, there's a little nudity in it. Don't get me wrong, but like, not as much as you would think from a film called Strippers versus Werewolves.
Yeah, no, it's like what you get in the background of like 2 scenes from what is that? What is that movie with the horrible sex scene in the pool? Jacuzzi thing. Not striptease. What's the other one?
Oh, Showgirls.
Yeah, that. You get a bunch of topless people, maybe a butt in the background.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what? Definitely, that's a subversion of my expectations as well, because that's their job. Why does it have to be what's always on the screen, I guess?
Yeah.
So.
And it does have a British sensibility that you don't get from other films of this ilk. Yeah. So I'll give it a C-. A little bit higher than you, but not drastically. Like, we're on the same. You and me connected on this one.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That is Strippers versus Werewolves from 2012. Moving on. IMDb is still down, so I will get my information from Wikipedia, the most reliable source on the internet. Our next film is Classroom 6 from 2015. We're diving back into independent found footage films here. This is written, directed, and produced by Jonas Odenheimer. I'm surprised he doesn't star in it too. Nope, he is not one of the stars in it, which is nice.
That is.
Despite being written, directed, and produced by him. Is what it is. This is
explain something. Yeah.
I mean, this is gonna be simple. Have you seen any found footage film?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it. This is
it's
borrowing
almost,
from all of them.
It's almost as it's almost like just watching those spooky urban explorer videos too.
Yeah.
Because that's a bunch of nothing fucking happening for 45 minutes and then everybody runs at the end.
Yeah. So this one opens up with some quick footage of what's happening within the school. And then we cut to the guy that is the head news story producer guy at the TV station. He talks about the main character. Her name was Annie and how she was, really strong budding, reporter who was always looking to do things. And she came up with this story of this school. And it's like literally like the most generic, like Santa Maria Community College. Like it's the most generic school ever.
Yep.
And there was a situation where a teacher and one of his students went into a room there one night and were never seen again. And now there's all this weird energy and there's this weird supernatural stuff going on. No, they don't use the school for night classes anymore. They don't use the room anymore, but nobody knows what happened.
Yeah.
So Annie wants to take in her cameraman and a crew to document it and either disprove or prove that something supernatural is happening. Mm-hmm. We've seen this all before.
Yeah.
So the main plot is centering around the TV crew who are going into this old college building, and it doesn't look old.
Right. No.
Which was the thing. They made sure to tell you how old it was a bunch of times, but it was like, well, it was obviously just refurbished. So
yeah. Yeah. Or built. Could have been built.
Maybe. So they're going to investigate this. They do an interview with the dean of students at the college, and he does the usual, yeah, well, we don't know what happened. There's all these rumors, but as far as I know, like he could have taken off with her. There was rumors that they were having an affair. There's rumors that he killed her, rumors that she killed him. He's like, but we've never found a body. So there's no, he's like, I think he's like, I don't know what happened. Maybe they just took off.
Yeah.
And then they do the classic, that camera's still on? Oh, no, it's turned off. It's turned off, even though they're still there, filming with it.
Yeah.
And
just once I'd like to see him go, all right, my battery's low anyway. I'm going to go and and then, you put the camera down and you walk away. So
right.
It's
right.
Completely...
He did have this guy did have a good quip though, when the guy was like, well, what's that red light? He's like, oh, it shows that the battery's charging.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right,
that's
I'll give you that. One. That's the one thing the cameraman in this movie gets. That's the one thing.
Yeah.
So he then berates this Annie chick about being like, you told me you were going to come in here and you weren't going to make the school look bad. And, I don't want any of it. And she's like, no, it's fine. It's fine.
But he's the one that said stuff. Right. She didn't say anything yet. How dare you make me say the things I just said about a place that I was trying not to say those things about? What? Okay, so this movie came out 3 or 4 years after Grave Encounters and 2 or 3 years after Grave Encounters 2. I just want to say that. I don't know why I need to say that, but I'm going to say that.
No, you need to say it because there's a lot of things in common.
Yeah. Like everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So they go out, they find a couple mediums, they find some other people that want to be PAs to come in and do this thing, and they're going to get locked in the school overnight.
Mm-hmm.
And that, as soon as they get locked into the school, it immediately is a lot of, did you hear that? What's that? Did you see something? What's going on?
Yep.
And
nothing happens.
And I mean, we've covered enough found footage horror movies over the years to be like, there's just certain things you can't do. And one of the things the first thing I will bring up is you have to play by the rules that you set.
Yeah.
Now, this film is pretty loose with the world that it's building. We know that they've recovered the footage. And because we get the edited in interview with the guy from the news station at the beginning, and then he also shows up again at the end.
Right.
So it's a little unclear in terms of what type of editing has happened to this footage. Is it being presented the way that it was given to you? Is it being presented in a edited documentary format? Or is it just, are you given an edited intro and an edited outro, and then everything in the middle is exactly what they got off the tapes?
Right. But
and
it's a little around. So
yeah, well, that's the thing. That's where my issue comes in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that it jumps around in the tapes. So is it showing you these different portal things that they're talking about where you're jumping in and out of different things? Or is that just the way it came across? And there's because it's not a finished edited documentary, there's nobody coming in telling you what this could be. You just have to take it for face value, which sometimes works and sometimes won't.
That's true.
And in this, it didn't. No, you're 100% right. It did not. No. It did not work because
sorry to jump the gun on you there, but
no, it's good. It's fine. Go for it. Go for it. Go from there.
No, I just this. My wife went and let the dogs out back.
Who let the dogs out?
My wife.
Nice. Good. My wife.
So, and she's out there for a little bit throwing a ball for him and came back, and it was like 15 minutes before the end of the movie. And she's like, okay, what happened? Because it's got to be ramping up. I said, well, the bathroom door moved a little bit. And that was it. I could not remember another fucking thing that happened in the last 15 minutes before the 10-minute ending.
Yeah.
Nothing went on.
Nothing happened.
You know what movie did this well? That built to this kind of thing? Butterfly Kisses did it really good.
Okay.
Because you set up your thing, and then that's where you're headed. And then, oh shit, now it's headed toward me. Nothing happened here. There was no conflict. It's like they're in the building. It's fucking with time. It might be doing the doors lead to other places. I don't know, because I didn't get a good feel of the layout of the school anyway.
Nope, me either.
But it was... It felt like they said they felt like they could improvise it on the day.
Yeah, and it was filmed in 3 days.
They improvised it on the day.
So, yeah. So the thing that would have made this work better is getting information as you're going, because it wasn't like, oh, they discovered a file in a room about like something that had happened there, or they find a person living in the basement who explains the history a little bit more. It's literally they shut the door, they're locked in, and they scream and yell about a presence that's there because one of the mediums can sense the presence, and then they slowly get picked off one by one. We don't actually see them get picked off for the most part.
No.
We don't.
Then you can't remember who's died or who was even in the movie.
Because the three male leads all looked exactly the same.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
They were all Latino. They all had short brown hair, and they all had goatees.
Yeah.
The one guy that didn't was the camera guy. And now I can't be positive on this, but I believe the actor that played the camera guy, I think his name was his name Kurt. I think he actually was the guy holding the camera and filming it. Also,
okay.
I believe. I'm not positive. I couldn't verify that. But here's another issue with you have to play by the rules within the world that you build. If this guy, Kurt, is your cameraman who works at the station, he should probably be a pretty good cameraman, right?
That is a good point.
He shouldn't be out of focus.
Did not consider. Yeah.
He shouldn't be out of focus on virtually every shot. He shouldn't be playing with the zoom lens, zooming in and out on things that don't need to be zoomed in and out on. If he's doing establishing shots and he's going to walk around and he's going to do like shots of the hallways, he's probably going to put it on a tripod to get a steady shot, not just carry it down the stairs and like move it back and forth, and then also shake the camera and get that wobble thing and be like, oh, I'm giving it camera shake. No, dude, camera shake is just you walking around with the camera.
Yeah.
So it's shot and filmed horribly.
It is. Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense for a guy that's supposed to be working at a news station. And there's a point where he corrects the girl when she's like, oh, did you get the shot? And he's like, yeah, I got the shot. He's like, this is what I do. Really?
Yeah, starting yesterday, this is what I do.
Like, it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah. Yeah, we're talking like worse than freshman year photo 1 classes.
And now this was 2015. So it's not It's 10 years old, but it's not like crazy old. In 2015, you had iPhones that had pretty good video stabilization in them.
Yeah.
So
also,
I get it if he's using a production camera or a broadcast camera.
But like 20 years ago, I watched them stabilize the Patterson-Gimlin footage of Bigfoot so you could see it without the camera shake. And they did that to something from the 60s.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse.
Yep. No, it's just bad. It's just shot poorly. And they do that to hide the fact that they're not showing you anything.
Yeah.
We get one little shot where he's in one of the like hallways, like underground. And we get this weird, super obviously put in post black blob that appears very quickly and then disappears.
Mm.
And it's just like, dude, come on. Why did you even bother?
Yeah.
Because you made it worse. Like all you needed to do was have somebody walk by the window on the other end of the hallway so you got a shadow on the other side, and it would have been more effective than adding this amorphous blob in the middle of the thing.
Yeah.
Which is so obviously sitting on top of the film.
And like something my wife always picks up on that I don't always think of is it's always framed really well. It's never like the top corner. So you got to set up another camera and try to catch it again. It's always right there, right where you can see it. Mm-hmm. That's not how cameras work. There are times where my dogs are barking and I'll look at the cameras and I don't see anything. They do.
Yep.
Probably a chipmunk, but like you're not going to catch everything on you need way more cameras than anyone has brought.
Yeah. Well, and then the other issue is they set up what they call their micro cameras. Micro cameras, which in 2015 would be like a GoPro Hero 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
But yet they have the overlay of a mini DV cam.
And
also
stuff I don't know. Yeah.
Right. There's the overlay that says record or whatever, and then there's the little icon in the bottom corner that's a tape. Your micro cameras wouldn't have tapes, even in 2015. Your micro cameras wouldn't have tapes.
That makes sense, yeah.
They'd be recorded to a card, or they would have internal storage or whatever. And then also when filmmakers add the fake interference shit onto these DV tapes or whatever they're supposed to be, and it's like that's not what like an electrical effect would do to a shot. Like you wouldn't get that type of static. First of all, you wouldn't get VHS static on a mini DV cam. They're not the same thing.
No, you would get a frozen image, giant
pixelization,
something, yeah.
Yeah. But again, they can't even get their fucking interference correct for the type of cameras they're using because they don't do anything with anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when it all comes together, like they could have just
stayed home.
Chris, do you recommend, and what's your grade for Classroom 6?
I am not going to recommend this because I feel that if I watched it and I didn't tell you, then no. Not even as a joke did I say you should watch this. So I'm going to go ahead and say pass.
That's a no for me, dog.
Yeah. And it's a D, just a straight regular D, because this was the one thing these movies can't be is boring. And it was supremely boring. It was so boring. I went to halfway through, I had to go look it up just to see what I had already watched. Because that's how boring it was. I could not remember. And you know what it said?
Too. It's only like an hour and 15 minutes.
It said, you didn't miss anything. Just go back to the movie. That's the whole description of the plot of the movie. Just go watch it. It doesn't matter.
Should be, at least.
So there you go. D, no.
Yeah, no, I'm not recommending it either. I feel like we've talked a lot about found footage movies that people make just because they can.
Yeah.
They're marketable. They're cheap. Well, I can do this. And this is a perfect example, and we've had tons of them over the years when we've watched these movies, of like, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah, but to be fair, if 10 years from now they come back and they're a really good filmmaker, we can look at that and go, well, that's when they didn't know how to do a fucking thing.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. But the thing is, like, you don't even need the budget. This film could have been so much better based on the fact that if you had just added some story. There's a lot of promise in the school. Could have been an abandoned orphanages. It could have been a mental institution. It could have been all of these things. There just could have been something terrible that happened there. Yep. Like, and you create your vibe on the story, but they just give you the little bit about the two disappearing, and then as soon as they get into the school, they just throw it all away, and then it's just played off for, spooky, scary spots that don't even actually happen.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No. You finish. Say your thing first.
I was fully expecting that last kid that showed up to be a ghost, and he wasn't. Was he?
No.
He was just a regular dude.
He was just a dude that just showed up that would, like, because he was like a medium and he knew the people or whatever.
That was a waste.
Yeah, a lot of things wasted in it.
They just try to bring in their psychic like Grave Encounters did, and it wants them to keep making the movie. Yeah, like Grave Encounters 2. Good job.
So I'm going to grade this a D-. This is bad. The acting is bad. The fact that your cameraman is supposed to be a professional news cameraman and he can't fucking take a shot to save his life is really, really fucking frustrating. And now whether the actor was actually holding the camera or not almost doesn't matter, because I really believe that a lot of that bullshit comes in probably the direction. Oh yeah, zoom in and out on the guy's face. Why?
Yeah.
That
could have been done in editing.
Take an out of focus shot of a hallway.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah. Anyway, D-, and no, don't watch it. That's Classroom 6. You can not make sure that you don't watch it on Tubi.
Yeah. But go to Tubi anyway, because Tubi's good.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. So Spiral the Film Freaks is there.
Yep.
All right. Joe, I think this is the last week of Starship Troopers? Oh man,
I hope so. I'll say that. I hope so.
Well, hello, Bill. Hello, Chris, and hello, OTC Nation. It's your boy Joe here, and this week Bill took me to the end of the universe, as well as the end of this series. He made me watch Starship Troopers, Traitor of Mars. I used to love the what would you do in this situation kind of hypotheticals. Like 25 years ago, if you asked me how I would handle a zombie apocalypse, once we spent like a good 30 minutes figuring out the terrain and the type of zombies and like a half dozen other variables, I'd probably have given you a 2-hour TED talk on precisely how to survive and possibly thrive in that environment. Now, as I type this with an ice pack on my lower back and a brace on my left hand for pretty significant tendinitis, like almost 49-year-old Joe has a different outlook than 29-year-old Joe.
That's fair.
49-year-old me in a zombie apocalypse is thinking, okay, I'm going to pour a glass of something strong, light up a cigarette, and they can start with my flat white ass. I'm too old for this bullshit. To quote a character I hate from a movie that I love, choke on them. Bringing it back to the franchise at hand, everyone in the Starship Troopers movies is so like gung-ho to like kill them all. I'd probably be so annoyed with these people in real life that I'd either throw myself into an arachnid's waiting maw and thank a god I don't believe in that I don't have to spend another minute around these militaristic chuckle fucks, or I would do my damnedest to find the most boring job in the Federation and just stay there. Like, hey there, young indoctrination tour group. I'm the guy who spends the day in the warehouse, earbuds in, just counting bullets. Would you like to know more?
No.
Yeah. Most fantasy movies have some aspect of, geez, I'd love to spend some time in that world. And as much as I've enjoyed these films, I'd rather find myself trying to reopen a camp years after mysterious events caused it to close. Or maybe be a pig shit scooper in Bartertown. Like, let Master Blaster run that shit. That seems like a terrible job. I'd be just over here not getting plotted against while I run this literal shit. That was a lot, but you get my point. I'm not a fan of the bugs I already have to deal with living out here in the country, so I sure as shit wouldn't want to deal with a horde of 12-foot tall, like spider, crab, arachnid things. Right, movie. Here we go. Literally, I realize I'm not Paul Verhoeven or Rennie Harlan over here, but I'm a firm believer that an action-oriented movie should start with a big old fuck-off action scene. And they did. Rico is training a bunch of like ragtag Mars farm kids to be elite troopers, and it's not going swimmingly. I'm sure Coach Rico, actually Colonel Rico now, he kind of got demoted, will lose half of these dopes, and the other half will become the badasses they were always meant to be because, you know, some tropes not only stick like pine sap in November, but rightfully so. Carl Jenkins is back, still not voiced by the couldn't be bothered NPH, but at least Casper Van Beethoven is voicing Rico again. Well, I shouldn't say again, he always voiced him, but now he's voicing him for the animation. And I looked at the cast, and Dina Meyer is voicing Dizzy? The fuck?
Huh?
That shit better be in a flashback.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. That shit better be in a flashback, because if they retcon a death that actually made me feel something watching it, I'm going to be more upset than when I gave Halloween Resurrection a try, and the only explanation was that, oh, Michael was fine. He just switched places with an EMT.
Oh, yeah.
That said, if Busta Rhymes inexplicably shows up here in this movie and kills some bugs with kung fu, it will officially usurp the original movie as the best Starship Troopers film in the series. Rico is now in charge of Mars, who want to separate from the Federation because they presumably have half a brain and know that endless wars only benefit government contractors. But then shit pops off. Ah, dang. Ah, beans. Ooh. This is interesting, though, he said about 40 minutes later into the film. This was made in 2017, shortly after, Schittler took office for the first time. Like, someone knew the way to go with this one. The whole crux of all the fuckery going on within the Federation comes from the very conservative Sky Marshal, who's like the president, who is manipulating information and people to make sure they get what they want and stay in control, no matter how much it hurts all of humanity. Worse, but, yet accurate, is how well she has convinced people, not only that she's smart and right and beneficial when she's clearly not, good job, movie. Side note, Dizzy is back as a kind of spirit guide for Rico. After he gets accidentally stranded on a distinctly uncolonized part of the Mars desert. Like, he's way out in the fucking middle of nowhere. Busta Rhymes has yet to appear. I just checked the IMDb, and he ain't in there, so I'm not hopeful.
Fair.
So Sky Marshal, definitely not an analogy for Drumpf, has stocked Mars with bugs on purpose to give her an excuse to blow up the planet. But the real impetus is to quell the rebellion of Mars terraformers who don't give a fuck about the Federation. #relevant. Carl is actually projecting Dizzy into Rico's head to guide him to disarm what they call the Q bomb, which is like, the Death Star. It could like blow up a whole fucking planet.
Okay.
The ragtag group of Sergeant Bilko-esque troopers sack up and come back to help Rico. Carmen helps out, but considering how much damage she did in the first movie, like they were just like, okay, Carmen, you just hack the live feed, but nothing more. That's all you do, okay? Fucking Carmen. There's actually really quite a bit about this one that I wanted to talk about, and I'll try to get to those in the good and the bad, but, I'm already kind of... I'm actually really right about the time I usually am, so, that's good. I'll get to those in the good and the bad. It's strange to me that this came out, and I didn't even know until a few weeks ago Like, this was good. It was really good, actually. And, like, lesser shit got a lot more attention. Here's the thing. The good. The CGI actually looked very good. The motion looked good. When characters talked, their mouths looked like they were saying the words. And, like, everything looked really good, and it was smooth. It was fucking fun to watch visually. The story was relevant. It was the right proportions of action, comedy, and drama. Here's one. Watching Rico go through kind of like a Mad Max, like he looks more haggard in each film. It just makes him more of a human character. It's really good. Fuck, these were so oddly good. I don't know if I was just in the right headspace for them. Like, some people might watch these and think they suck. I thought they were good. I don't know. No accounting for taste, I guess. The bad. In this piece of fiction, the good guys win. Here in the real world, I have doubts. Sorry if that's a bit heavy, but, you know, this movie kind of took me there. Traitor of Mars is just below the OG movie if I'm ranking them. It would go the original Starship Troopers, Traitor of Mars, Marauder, the third one, Invasion Part 4, and Part 2 is last, even though it was still pretty good. It just was the cheapest and had the most, like, glaring, like, oof, try harder next time. Traitor of Mars is going to get a B. I think the series overall is going to get a B. Surprisingly worth watching. I'm not bullshitting you, but that leads us to Bill. I'm guessing that I'm going to watch some pure shit next, since I had like 5 good weeks in a row, huh?
I don't know.
I can't think of the last time I had 5 good weeks in a row for this show.
It's true.
So, Bill, what's next, buddy?
Has he done The Purge yet?
I don't think so.
Let's do that. And if not that, Hatchet.
All right, OTC Nation, you heard the man. I'll be back with that next week. Until then, be good, everyone.
I'm surprised that Starship Troopers was that good.
I know, huh?
While
you start up the next segment, I am going to keep my headphones in so I can hear, but I got to pee.
All right. Well, in that case.
All right. Did you do some lead into my segment this week? You provide some good context for my motivation?
We're tired of trying to find a framing narrative for this, so we're just going to go.
Oh, fine.
What?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. With Reverend Scott.
You'll find the right thick goth girl for yourself there. Don't worry.
You just gotta bide your time, bro.
Hey there, Bill and Chris. This is Reverend Scott.
What a fucking weenie that guy is.
That guy is I know it's going to sound like a joke. He is literally the worst person.
Feels good to be the best at something, such as movie reviews, which I have way more reviews I need to do than I have time to do them. So even though I saw that new dog horror movie called Good Boy, which I do recommend you see, that'll have to wait, because not only did I see Jared Leto's new method acting massacre, Tron Ares, I also watched the movie you reviewed last week, VHS Halloween. And let's just say I have some notes.
This isn't going to be fun.
Nope.
Not at all.
Well, I guess that depends on who you ask. All right, let's jump into some reviews.
What do you want to start with? We should probably start with VHS because that's a new release.
Yeah, that's okay.
Tron Ares.
Whatever.
I'm not going to do a deep dive on this one. I will start with the positive, though. I was complimented on my Deep Thoughts Pictopia Arts shirt at the movie theater by the guy scanning my ticket.
Nice.
I wonder if I had a character on one of your shirts, what it would be called.
His character's name is Diaper Man.
Tron Ares, which I saw in IMAX 3D, was, in a word, loud. But that's actually a good thing, because the best thing this movie had going for it is the Nine Inch Nails score. The combination of the wild, stylized visuals and flashy special effects and booming, catchy score was worth the price of admission alone. The plot is what I would call basic. Red Letter Media reviewed it, and they referred to it as kind of like Pinocchio, and I'm inclined to agree. just with more fighting and vehicle chases, and more bright neon lights. Evan Peters didn't disappoint, and Gillian Anderson certainly didn't either. She's still as gorgeous and wonderful as ever. And the best part, I don't think Jared Leto sent rats to anyone on the set this time. Yeah. I give Tron Ares a recommend if you're into some entertaining spectacle. And I give it a straight B. Moving on to our main event, my review of your review of VHS Halloween. Ooh, spooky.
Chill out, dude.
Diet Phantasma is where we begin things. There's a lot of things I liked about this. The aesthetic overall, the look of the footage, and the for internal use only that it keeps popping up as a reminder on the screen to let us know that we really shouldn't be watching this, and the gore and nonchalant nature of the director and employees every time someone explodes or vomits black goo everywhere, and the fact that they spread this out throughout the film as to not have it overstay its welcome. The original VHS had a great framing narrative for the tapes, and I do miss that whole vibe though. Sequels like VHS 94 had a loose framing narrative, but it didn't really make a whole lot of sense. Hell, they could have worked in how this evil corporation had some intern watching these forbidden videos looking for more ways for them to make money or something. I don't know, just tie together these shorts somehow.
Does it matter? No. Not really. But does it bother me? Yeah, it does.
We then move on to the first short, Resident Evil 7 Baby Edition. Coochie Coo. We get the baby costume-cladded teenagers out for that one last hurrah on Halloween before going to college.
Annoying teenagers.
Yeah, they're not going out trick-or-treating, they're going out being dicks.
And it sure is easy to not like them and wish them harm. And the world does provide in the form of a pulsing, glowing ghost house of Mama. I would have taken one look inside that joint and said,
well, this looks like shit.
Then turned around and left. Well, not these two dipshits. They get the full Resident Evil Texas Chainsaw house treatment with puffy baby faces and milky boobies and poopy diapers and all. It's unnerving, but not in a fun or scary way, really. Just in a I need to go take a shower now kind of way. You know, unless you're into that kind of thing.
No, scarred. Scarred for life.
I think I agree with your review on this one overall, and I give it a C- at best. Let's move on.
So we get some more people drinking soda and blowing up.
The next short was from the Spanish-speaking dude that made Wreck. And I hope I'm pronouncing this right. It's
Ut supra sic infrara.
This is one of the only two serious entries into this collection, in my opinion. While it does start out a bit slowly, the intrigue once you start to see the footage of the actual night with the costume-clad kids and the phone, combined with the police trying to logically debunk what this guy is telling them, makes things more and more interesting and mysterious. And when the policia stupidly force this guy to repeat the phrase,
Ut supra sic infrara,
you immediately are like,
what the fuck is going on?
It was just the right amount of setup and payoff, a little bit of waiting at the end before you get the final payoff. I understand it enough, and there's room to expand the idea later, so I appreciate that too. This is a good example of how to not lazily rely on abusing kids to get a reaction out of your audience. But we'll get into that later. Your review is spot on because you agreed with me, although I may have liked this even more than you did. I give
Ut supra sic infrara
an A-. All right.
So we get some more people drinking soda and blowing up.
Next, we have Fun Size. This is definitely a mixed bag. And I don't just mean the variety of penis-shaped candy in this one.
Because, dicks are funny.
Right.
I mean, they are. That's
yeah.
We get the stars of the short, obviously college theater kids in real life with bad dialogue and subpar acting ability and all, following in the footsteps of the girls from Coochie Coo.
Annoying teenagers.
Yeah, they're not going out trick-or-treating, they're going out being dicks.
We get lots of overacting and stupid dialogue about an engagement and fiancé that is ultimately pointless, and then one of the only cool parts of the short, the one per person bull gag. Although this isn't exactly original, them getting pulled in some alternate dimension was kind of different. Some of the gore was okay, but it mainly felt like amateur hour.
I hated this one.
This was, hey, how gross can we be?
It was just stupid.
Although I've seen far worse shorts several times in a few different entries in this series, it's not great.
And it's stupid.
I give Fun Size a straight C.
So we get some more people drinking soda and blowing up.
Oh boy, that brings us to
What I think may be one of the best VHS segments we've seen in a really, really long time. Kid print.
Bill. I have to say, I could not agree with you any less. I'm not even sure that Chris really agreed with you on this one.
Like, Kid Print started, and I was like, oh shit, this one.
This sorry excuse for a horror segment was just a lazy, emotionally manipulative child torture simulator. I was never misled as to the true intentions of the lead character, but I was pretty suspicious of some others. This is completely outside of the tone of the rest of this film, and it's not about whether it was scary to me or not. Of course, the idea of someone kidnapping and killing my child is terrifying, but you can create a short that's chilling to watch, like
Ut supra sic
without any kind of manipulation. If you want true crime, Law & Order SVU, or realistic horror, this may be your bag, but if you want to see a compilation of fun and or scary, fantastical horror shorts, Kid Print just doesn't really fit in.
I will say, lots of kids get killed in the movies we watched this week.
Yeah.
I would say that 90% of the time I dislike how it's handled when kids are killed in movies. That other 10% either does it successfully in a comedic way, like a few scenes in the Final Destination series, or in a way that serves the story or character motivations and emotions. But Kid Print doesn't do that. Unless they were maybe just trying to hit some sort of screaming quota.
There's more screaming in this one than like two of the others put together. There's a lot of screaming.
I couldn't disagree with your review more, and I give Kid Print a straight D.
So we get some more people drinking soda and blowing up.
Lastly, we have Home Haunt. Now, if you're going to use kids to manipulate your audience's emotions, this is more how I think you should do it.
Sure. Whatever.
Most parents have grown apart from at least some aspects of their relationships with their children due to their child growing out of certain things. This not only helped me sympathize with the father a bit and relate to his love of Halloween despite his age, but understand his motivation to get that little something extra to push this year's haunt over the top. And speaking of that little something extra, in your review you mentioned the special Halloween seance record that he gets from the ladies' staff-only room at the Curiosity Store.
So he steals it
Yeah.
from a lady that obviously he's done business with for a long time, which I think is like real shitty.
Yeah.
But
Well, I think that's supposed, because then you're not supposed to feel that bad for him. Because he brought it on himself, right?
His son actually asked him if he stole it, and he said he left her cash on the table for it. So maybe it was a little shady, and maybe he should have taken the warnings on the cover of that record seriously, but I still don't lose any ability to sympathize.
What the hell is that? How does that sanitize anything?
No sympathy. Never mind. Anyway, the point is you're wrong. And for me,
this one is worth watching the film for. Like, you can sit through the whole movie just to watch this one.
The gore is wonderfully done, a lot of practical effects from the looks of it. I like how the parents take an active role in protecting people, not just trying to run away. I loved when the mom pushes the witch's face into her own brew in the cauldron. I guess I just connected with this one more than you did, feeling like I love Halloween a little bit more than even my kids probably do. And I'm always trying to enact a blood pact with Satan using ancient chants to resurrect the souls of the damned to inhabit the earth once more. But I guess that's just me.
I don't know.
I kind of agree with your review, but I obviously liked House Haunt much more than you did. And in the context of this movie, for a fun, gory, Halloween-specific short, I give this one an A.
So we get some more people drinking soda and blowing up.
And I think I overall agree with your review of Diet Phantasma. I think I was in Chris's camp a little bit more on liking it, but it is rather basic though, so it's not top tier. So I'll just give that one a straight B. So where does that leave us overall for VHS Halloween? I have to say I had very low expectations for this one, and maybe that helped it quite a bit when I watched it. VHS Beyond was fine, and the one before that, VHS 99, might be the worst one in the entire series, at least for me. So this was actually a pleasant surprise for the most part. I think I have VHS Halloween at a total of B+, somewhere around there, despite how shitty kid print was.
Hey, fuck you.
But your review was entertaining and you seem to mostly agree with me, which is all that matters. So you guys get a B+. I don't really have time to get into All Hallows Eve 2 today because I don't really give a shit. Plus, this one has gone on way too long already.
Yeah, this is fucking weird.
Not to mention, I should go before you alienate more fans by shitting on their favorite Halloween movies.
All these people out there yelling that they love Halloween 3, shut up.
So until the next giant diaper baby ghost soda phantom phone kitty murdered fun size house haunt, peace and love, guys. Holy Shit with Reverend Scott, your favorite podcast segment ever.
What?
Yeah.
I don't like that at all. All right. Another show, another week.
Yeah.
Follow Chris and I at OTC Bill, at Cthulhu, SpectopiaArts.com. Head on over to Hoopla and look up Don't Forget to Leave. New feature documentary from OTC Industries. Next week on the show, I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Yeah. That's how we work.
That's how we do it. That's how we roll.
Yep.
All right, everyone, have themselves a good week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.